In this spiritual fifth generation war, the biggest weapon we wield is truth. This is the No Prisoners Podcast with your host, 451 Actual.
Psych. No, actually, it's not. It's not 45-1. It's not. He's having power issues right now. So, Sandra, everyone, guard your ears for just a moment because I'm going to try to impersonate 45-1 actual. Okay,
Okay.
here we go. Happy Hump Day! Ah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah! I don't have the testicles. I don't have what he's got.
Oh,
All right, good morning, guys. Good morning. Hey, Sandra.
good
Right now,
morning.
good morning. We are simulcasting on Coffee Talk with Sandra and on Kevin's Cat at Coffee because right now in Texas, for some reason, Build Back Better isn't working. Right now, 45-1 actual and a couple people across the great state of Texas have no power for some reason. Fancy that. So
See
until
that.
his power comes back on, I am manning the helm. One moment, please. All
Good
right.
morning.
Yeah. Well, and womaning with Sandra over here. Sandra, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy to see you. Happy to be here. For those, I haven't had a show. Like my OBS blew up, so I haven't had a
Yeah.
show. So it's actually kind of nice to be like, "Hi guys."
You've been out of commission for a hot minute.
Seriously, seriously, yeah, yeah. And
Well, welcome
listen,
back.
I have to read the directions. This is what it all comes down to. I have to actually read the directions for OBS because
Yeah.
I only have like 7 scenes built and it's at 84% CPU. So I have to figure something out. It's my
You're
settings.
using too large. You're using too large of files, is what you're doing.
All my files are
L-
encoded. My files are encoded. I promise.
Well,
Encoded like a Mickey Ficky.
you know what? We're going to have to look at your megabyte size because I can almost guarantee you that what's going on here is you're using assets which are can be for a better term just dumbed down just a little bit, and you won't lose the visual quality or the animation quality that you're going for. It's just that it's got too many bits and bytes going on right now.
Okay.
So we can
Ah,
look at that. We can definitely look at that in our downtime. Let's
yeah.
see.
But I'm happy to be
Misinformation
here.
gifted a cookie. Well, I'm happy that you're here too. I mean, what a day to be here when we need the backup. It's like, goodness
Okay,
gracious.
can I tell you something? I totally forgot about the show today because I haven't had a show. So I'm not in a
Yeah?
show frame of mind. So I'm like, okay, I have everything set up in the morning that I'm going to read my OBS. I had everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I am telling you at 8:04, God like woke me up and said, "No prisoners podcast today." And I was like,
Right?
"Shh." And I was like, "Okay, get up, coffee, every like I was like, "Da-da-da-da-da," and look at that's how good God is. I just want to point
That
that out.
yes. Yes, God is great. That is for darn sure.
Yeah.
Sandra, I have a
Yes.
question. Can you adjust your camera? Because right now, it's like you are being covered up by your own placard.
You mean like move my camera?
Just down a little bit. Just down a little bit. Like if you could like shift it down just a little bit. That'll work. That'll work. Cause I want to see your face.
Do
Cause I
you?
want to see your. Yes. Yes.
All right, is
Well,
that better?
they. That is good. That is good. Sandra, would you like to say good morning to your audience, ladies first? After all.
Yes, thank you. You're so sweet.
Yes.
Listen, my coffee talk with Sandra peeps. Hi, I miss you. I'm praying for you all. Thank you for praying for me. And if there's any place for us to be able to see each other, this would be it. And I love you, Kevin. I love 451. I love Feisty. I was very looking forward to seeing everybody today. Uh, and Tweak, of course. So I love you guys. Please hold them up in prayer because they're on the property with no electricity. And this is part of the battle. So just hold them up and others for prayer.
And Tom, too, but who thinks about Tom from America Floats? Tom!
Who's
You're
Tom?
probably not listening right now. Tom from America. Who's Tom? You did not just say who's Tom. Tom's also at the 45-1 compound. So, yeah, Tom's
Really?
also without power right now. Yes!
Do I know him?
America Floats?
Man, you know what? I'm out of commission. You can't trust my brain. You got to give me time to wake up.
All right, I will. You know what? As long as you're waking up, let me go and check over here. And let me go and pop this up because that's sweet. That's from Diane V. Miss you, Sandra.
Oh, I miss you too,
Isn't that
girl.
cool?
Susan Poole. Okay.
And what I'm going to do is, we don't often get to do this when 45-1 is here. How do you feel about some lounge music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Yeah.
Does this sound nice?
I like
Okay,
it.
good. Because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're going to play some lounge music in the background. All right, I'm going to go through over here. Yes. Mr. Tizio, good morning. Over here we have Mad Hat, good morning. Let's see, Coffee Talk with Sandra, of course, good morning. Nuclear Family of 4, good morning. Let's see, G-Man, good morning. And Misinformation. Misinformation, I believe that you gifted a cookie down here. Yes, Misinformation, thank you so much for the cookie. The Gray Man is in the house, good morning. And let's see, we have Khaleesi 2020. I hope I said that correctly. Yes, good morning. Don Ritchie, good morning. And let's see, who else do we have? Did I miss anyone? I don't believe I did. What's up?
No, just the way you said that, I giggled.
So, yes, because No Prisoners Podcast is experiencing a power outage right now, if you all would please let people know that we're using the backup channel, Kevin's Cat at Coffee, and we are also simulcasting at Coffee Talk with Sandra. So please, 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 get the word out, let people know. And Born Deplorable, good morning. Now, remember, at the 10 o'clock hour, which is in about 49 minutes, we're going to be going Pilled Exclusive. Pilled Exclusive on Kevin's Cat at Coffee. Pilled Exclusive on Coffee Talk with Sandra. Guys, prayers out to 45-1 and his area right now, that power get restored and that he come in with big old bug out eyes, crazy as he is, and grabs the wheel and tears it from my well manicured hands. Okay? Which, I must say, are kind of calloused up, and that's how a man's hands should be. They should not be totally cool, but nail files come in handy. Let's see, Born Deplorable, good morning. Did I already say? I already did, but you know what? Good morning again. Good morning. Sandra?
Yes.
Have you seen Voldemort?
What? No. I don't know what you mean.
Let me show you something. Are you familiar with what's going on in Brazil right now?
I know that they want to take X out.
Yes. Let's see, I made a thing.
Oh, look at Crazy Eyes.
Who's Crazy Eyes? Oh,
Hillary.
Hillary? Yes, we might get to her in a bit. Here, let me go and pop this on down here. So.
Kevin, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Will you turn the music down just a tad bit?
Is it a bit much?
It's a bit, it's good music, but yeah.
How's that?
That's much better.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Ugh.
All right. So, this guy right here. So, some of you may know that I'm doing sassy posts now based on real issues going on internationally and in our country. Okay.
And sassy is an understatement.
Well, I try. All right. I definitely try.
Do very good.
Well, over here we have Lord Voldemort, and that's not his real name, but here we go. Breaking news in Brazil's magical mischief: the wizardly ban on X. For those of you who follow along on Harry Potter, can you glean which audience I'm trying to troll right now? I think you can. All right. Oh dear, muggles and wizards alike, grab your wands and hold on to your broomsticks. It seems a certain power-hungry wizard, reminiscent of the darkest from our beloved Harry Potter series, has cast a silencing spell over Brazil. Yes, you heard right. Brazil has banned X, and whispers in the corridors of magic and social media suggest it's all due to a figure not unlike he who must not be named himself. The spell of censorship. This wizard, let's call him Alexander de Voldemort for flair, has decided that the free flow of information on X is too much like the uncontrolled magic at a Weasley's Wizard Wheezes shop. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that. Anyway, with a flick of his judicial wand, he's ordered X to be blocked, aiming to stifle voices as if they were a silencio charm. J.K. Rowling, I'm only like a little bit familiar with your work. I don't know if one of your spells is silencio, but it's definitely inclusive of Latinos, so don't sue me. Okay, si se puede. All right, the backlash. Elon Potter, you know Elon Musk. Elon Potter, our modern day wizard of technology, has not taken this lying down. Instead of handing over the Marauders map of user data, he stood against this decree, leading to a magical duel of sorts. X's response? Shutting down its local office to protect its staff from turning into the next batch of frogs in this wizard's collection. Because let me tell you something. Have you heard what they're planning on doing with these staff in Brazil? They want to put them in jail. They want to freaking put the workers in jail. If Elon doesn't shut down, if he didn't comply, they would imprison his employees. What the hell is that? Oh my word. Okay, the public's reaction. Let me go over here. The public's reaction from the alleys of Diagon Alley. Why did I write like that? Sandra, sometimes, I stay up like too late, I get up too early, and I have a stroke. To the halls of Hogwarts. I'm serious. It's like I try to take this very, very seriously, the production of No Prisoners podcast and stuff like that. It's like I really do try to take it seriously. But sometimes my brain just slips. Anyway, the streets.
Listen, hold
on.
You think so? This is perfection. Absolutely. I adore this. I wish I would have seen it. Oh, you did it this morning, so I don't even feel bad.
Right? And look at what time I did it.
Yeah,
what time did I do it?
6:57 a.m.
Where did we go? Oh, here we are. Sorry. Something happened and we got taken off. Yes, that was earlier in the morning, and it was right at what was it? Moments after that, then the power died in Texas. All right. So from Diagon Alley, from the streets of Sao Paulo, I think I meant San Paulo, I don't know what I meant right there, to the beaches of Rio. The populace is in uproar. X-posts, the modern equivalent of owl posts, those flying things that carry the letters and stuff like that if you're a Harry Potter fan, are flying faster than a golden snitch, with users comparing this act to the darkest days of the Ministry of Magic's corruption. And if you remember what that was all about, that was that bitch in pink who came waltzing on into Hogwarts and put up all these decrees and everything like that, and hated her character so much. But you know what? That's another story for another day. What's next? There will be an Order of the Phoenix Rising to combat this censorship. Are we to see Dumbledore's army of digital rights activists? Only time will tell in this ban will hold, or if the magic of free speech will break the spell. Remember, in the world of magic and muggles, The fight for freedom often comes to who has the most powerful wand, or in this case, the strongest will to uphold the right to speak, tweet, or post. Keep your wands at the ready and your VPNs handy. This magical melee is far from over. And what it comes down to is it comes down to us. We have to fight for this free speech. In my belief, we don't just lay this on Elon Musk and say, Elon, be our knight in shining armor and go and like fight this dragon for us and shit like that. It's like, no, let's all just go run at it. Not blindly, mind you. Not blindly. But just don't comply with it. It's like, speak out, speak up. It's like, oh, what? Yeah, we have a responsibility. It's a responsibility of future generations as well. What are we going to let a bunch of corrupt, like, freaking commies go and, like, dictate to us in our lifetime how we're going to lead our life and everything? Please. What are they going to bring? Death, destruction, despair, raping and pillaging while they go and have caviar off in some protected area, telling us how to live while they live a life of debauchery? Not that I want a life of debauchery, but I'm saying if their method of claiming their power is to remove it from the people by and large, why in the world would we ever give it to them? I mean, really, why?
Okay, so honestly, we watched this was Venezuela back in 2016. We watched Venezuela completely lose all their rights while their guy ate tacos in front of them, and they're chewing on some dogs and their fellow people that have passed away, and they're trying to get some meat. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is our second round. Wait. That was in 2016, and now we're getting infiltrated by all the Venezuelans that are trying to take over our buildings. So, like, this is people in America. Open up your eyes. It is imperative to see what is This is in your face to show you what they're bringing to our doorstep. Kamala and Joe. This is their jam. This is all. So we have to get the word out. We have to talk about Brazil. People don't. They're not. I'm sure the left isn't being told. It's all being hidden from them. It has to be, because that might break the spell of them realizing people are being censored. Period. Like, it has to come a point where the left is going to realize, the right, we've been through it. We know how many channels we've had, how many words we can't say, all these different things. You know, the left has not truly experienced that. And I am hoping that they will see this Brazil and wake up. But we have to put the word out. And I do think you did it in a very charming way that people might be drawn in to listen to.
You see, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping by rewriting these news stories as sassy articles, that is exactly what will happen. Let me copy this in now. Since we've already talked about, like, in the sassy article, let's get to the serious point on this. Alright, so, right here. This is what I based it on. Now, Brazil bans X, adding to global social media censorship. So right here we have the, let's see, are you going to be talking, is this guy going to be talking about it? Let's just take a listen. Is he talking about it?
After Musk satellite
Yes, he is talking about it. Let me expando facto, and let me just go and back up and play it. Okay. Am I the one who's going to have problems? You know what? I guess we're not going to get a video. It's like living in rural. Oh, wait, we are going to get it.
Just leave it.
Well, Brazil has set its eyes on taking down another one of Elon Musk's companies. This time, the country is going after Musk's satellite internet company, Starlink. Now, the country's telecom regulators threatened to sanction Starlink and said they could revoke its license to operate in Brazil. That came hours after Brazil's Supreme Court upheld a decision to ban Elon Musk's X nationwide after the platform refused to comply with court orders. Justices had previously ordered X to be blocked after the company refused to name a local legal representative as required by law. According to the ruling, X will stay suspended until it complies with court orders and pays outstanding fines that exceed $3 million. Justice Alexandre de Moraes set a daily fine of $8,900 for anyone using a VPN to access X. The judge also issued an order last week freezing Starlink's finances in Brazil and preventing Musk's business from conducting financial transactions in that country. Now, Musk, meanwhile, accuses Brazil's top judge of acting as a, quote, very evil dictator for suspending X. Musk also tweeted, quote, free speech is the bedrock of democracy, and an unelected pseudo-judge in Brazil is destroying it for political purposes. In another tweet, Musk wrote, quote, the oppressive regime in Brazil is so afraid of the people learning the truth that they will bankrupt everyone who tries. In the ruling, one of the panel justices said X, quote, seems to believe it's above the law. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva told reporters that the, quote, world is not obliged to put up with Musk's far-right ideology just because he's rich.
Really?
Wow.
Okay, so let me get this correct. So even if you use a VPN, that you're going to be fined for having anything to do with X. Oh, that's a bit of an overreach, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how are they going to post about Carnival? You know, in Rio de Janeiro and shit, when they have like their festivals and everyone's going nuts? It's like, why even have like, you know, parade if no one can see it? I mean, what are they going to do? Put it on TikTok? Ugh, I suppose they would put it on TikTok. What does this guy have against X? What does this guy have against X?
Okay, all right, so Brazil, listen,
Yes.
I am just going off of memory, okay? So don't hold me to it. But before this leader got in here, Brazil had a new leader, and he was Trumpian-like. He was Trump-like. And
Yes.
so now, just like they got Trump out, it's almost like the same thing is going on over there that's going on over here. They get Trump out. I'm assuming he stole the election, and he doesn't want the truth to be out there from the Brazilian people. Because as the saying goes, there's many of us and there's fewer of them. And if people get enough information and they stand up against the government, there's only so much the government can do once the people realize we're colonies, we're ant colonies, we got this. He doesn't want the people to know that they have this. People in America, you need to understand this is what is coming for us next. We are lucky to this point. It's been Joe and Kamala and all this BS. It's been a lot of crap, don't get me wrong. But they haven't cut off our social media. Even though it's still controlled because the left does not get the information we get. And we don't get the information they get. It's still very controlled. So everyone should be looking at this and saying, what? No. And this is worldwide, I think.
Oh, you know, Stax makes a point. Good morning, Stax, and good morning, old salty dog. I have, and good misinformation, I know I said good morning to you, but I'm going to say good morning again. Good morning, misinformation. Stax over here says, oh, you mean like how they banned Americans 4 years ago, which is against American law? It's along those lines. It's and they are going to enforce Brazil law and not American law. Well, we the people need to put a kibosh on that. That's for damn sure. You know what? I want to shift gears for just a moment. But before shifting gears, has anyone else come into your area over there that you would like to say good morning to? Okay, go.
Could you tell? I was so excited.
I was getting a vibe. I was getting a vibe of joy, and I wanted to like I received the message, and I was like, I need to give her space to do what she needs to do. Look at me adopting this language. All right. Oh, wait. Old Salty Dog gifted a ship. Good morning, fam. Thanks for the fill-in, Kev and Sandra. It is my honor, Sandra. I'm sure she is honored as well.
Absolutely.
So, thank you for the ship, Old Salty Dog. Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted. Let's hear.
Judy the Lady Pug, Artist 61, Roger 8400, my Susan Poole, Diane V, but Judy the Ladybug gifted us a cookie. I don't have any of my things. I have no assets. I have nothing.
Wait a minute. I know what we can do. Okay, we're going to imagine that this is a cookie, okay? It's
Yes.
okay. It's fake tobacco, but okay.
So neither
let me
one of us have assets right now.
no assets. Okay, here. Okay, so you can take the cookie and blah 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 da 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 da. There.
Boom. Thank you for the cookie.
Oh wait! I got her. I've got this one. Okay. So you can take that cookie and blah 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 blah. Go girl, go get that cookie. Okay. God. Yes. Yes. You need some blue hair. Get a blue hair wig right now. You be the Cookie Monster. Yes. We will make this work. Bust out the hand puppets. Get out the props. And everyone gets a free scented candle because here we're like Oprah. We're just gonna, you get one and you get one in your imagination. Just inhale. What do you got? And some lip balm. There's some happiness right there. When autumn is coming, winter will be here soon, and your face is gonna crack if you don't put some of that beeswax on your face.
Okay.
No one wants to be ashy.
That's true.
Right? Racism.
Listen, me and my kids were just talking about, because they were talking about how someone was ashy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we're all ashy. It's just you can see it better on black folks. That's
You're
it.
right? Yes!
Difference.
Yes! It's like we have a different kind of ashiness.
Yeah.
All right. Where is that? I put out something about importing racism. Where in the hell is that? Oh, by the way, for those of you who didn't know, what's up?
How was it?
Which part?
The Sound of Freedom.
I'll get into it in just a bit. Misinformation, thank you for the cookie. Thank you so much. The Sound of Freedom was sad, of course, because the content of the film is about human trafficking and, in particular, child sex trafficking. So yesterday morning we did a watch party, and then last night we did a watch party with hard-coded subtitles. We had a guest panelist named Mary, who hails from America Rising Media, and if I remember, let me see, her handle on X is free for all to learn. So let me just go and type this right in.
Oh,
Free
you and Mary.
for all. Yes, and you're having a show with her in a bit.
Yes.
Mary was awesome. Let me go and let me just go and pull up her account right here. There. Now you can see it on X. That way I don't have to type it in and everything. Yeah, it's a hard movie to watch, Stax. You're damn right it's a hard movie to watch. All right, Judy the Lady Pug. Hey, good morning. Oh, and you gifted a cookie. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know what? I've got to tell you something before we move on to the racism aspect. And before we do, I need to cough, so one moment.
All right. Well, I'm very racist. I just want a public service announcement. I am a very prejudiced person, and I'm being very honest.
Okay. Well, we might dive into that in a bit. Okay. We're going to dissect that. We're going to find your intersections, make a Venn diagram, and then come to a conclusion. All right. So here we go. Free for All to Learn was there last night. And she had so much background information on the film The Sound of Freedom, or Sound of Freedom. Okay? Now, you can catch that on the replay from last night's show, not the morning show from yesterday on No Prisoners podcast, but last night's late afternoon to evening is where you can catch Mary and her commentary. She had so much background information that I did not have at the time when we were putting this together. Absolutely fabulous, wonderful individual, I must say. I plan on doing more collabs with Mary in the future, going over films like predictive programming and other topics of interest which are more or less important to what's going on in our day-to-day lives and the politics within. So there you go. free for all to learn. That's how, if you want to follow Mary on X, that's how you follow her.
Well, I need to go follow her.
Yeah.
How dare I not be following that woman? I can't wait.
Right? For the show that you guys are doing together, I know that you're
Yeah.
going to have a good time. I know that's going to be a very good time.
It's an interview show, so I'm going to interview and get all the deets. I can't wait. You know, I love interviewing because it's like I get one-on-one with the person asking whatever questions. So if you have any questions you'd like me to ask, or just show up and you could ask them in the chat.
Well, as you can see, she's a podcaster, a journalist, and seeking truth. So make sure you do your homework. Because I sure did. I did not do my homework. I just had this feeling. I was like, when I saw, okay, so America Rising Media, I listen to them when I am, between Drunk Pinata and America Rising Media, I will be doing dishes, or I'll be like, making dinner or like whatever, because nothing comes out of a box in this house. And so I'll listen to the ladies at America Rising Media talking and discussing. And I was like, you know what? I really like them to be on, Braves Piano and Free for All to Learn, to be on the show on No Prisoners Podcast. Along with, I sent out an invite to yourself, and then I invited like several other content creators, because I felt The Sound of Freedom is a very important film to discuss. Because if you remember, when Sound of Freedom came out, the mainstream media lambasted it. Also, at the same time, Indiana Jones and Barbie were in theaters. And what did the mainstream media tell us to do? Go see Barbie! Go see Indiana Jones! And then people who wanted to go see Sound of Freedom, they would get to the theaters, and what would there be? Technical issues. Oh, the air conditioning's out. Oh, this is happening. We can't show you the Sound of Freedom. It's like, so that's why we did. It's like, some people haven't seen it, and so we showed the film. And then showed it again with hard copy, hard subtitles later. Where was I going with this? Follow Mary. Talk about yesterday's film. Thank you everyone for showing up yesterday. That was wonderful. Scott from Woke Societies rated us. And Scott...
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. That was awesome. So thank you so much for the raid.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. Let's see. Born Deplorable, good morning. Did I already say good? Does it matter if you say good morning to people more than once? I don't think it does.
It probably makes their heart happy. Like, aw, you're just making sure I'm covered. It's a love thing. It's love.
Yes. So, let's see. I can't remember exactly where it was I was going, so I'm going to move on to racism for just a moment here.
Okay.
I put out a post. Where is it? Profile. Might get back to Hillary. Maybe not, though. Let's see. Kamala can't handle being roasted. Oh, this one was interesting. So the NAACP over here. And now that I'm doing these like sassy posts and stuff like that, I'm including the source material of where I'm getting the source, so people can then go and refer to what it is that I'm being sassy about. Let's see. Let me just copy this link address because we'll get to it in a bit. My sassy rumor alert. Word on the street is that Kamala Harris can't take the heat, so she's trying to get out of the kitchen before the roast even starts. Cancel the roast. Can she take a joke? Looks like some folks think a little roast might melt the VP's ice. Like, diamonds and all that other glitter that she surrounds herself with. I'm hoping that some people who understand poetry pick up on my gist. So... or is she just her calendar suddenly got too booked for comedy? Take a look-see at what I'm referring to right here. Paste. And let's go. Look at that. NAACP calls for University of South Carolina to cancel roast of Harris. Sandra, NAACP, you know what Axe Truth called them.
I know that he was not. I don't know exactly what he called him, but I know.
Well, he was not kind. He was not kind. No, he was not. Rest in peace, friend. Oh, he was not kind at all. Always complaining people. Oh, always complaining people. So they're white knighting. That's funny too because they're white knighting for Kamala Harris. Crazy. You want to hear the video?
I do because, and I just want to say, like, I bet your
Yeah.
act is like these make it figures. I would love to hear him going off on this. This would
Axe
be
was-
an hour and a half on this alone.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Axel, for those who don't know, who was I in the beginning? I was the racist tranny before I met Axe Truth. And Axel is like, I would do like gaming and stuff like that. I was never doing politics. I was too far enmeshed in the trenches of being a progressive lefty. I was about gaming and la-di-da, everything is mine. It's like, I don't owe anyone anything. It's all about me, 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 you know, and just very narcissistic and everything. Well, in my narcissism, of course, I had to collect my black people. You know, because that's how we think. It's like the more colored people you have in your life, why the more virtuous you are. So I started watching Axe Truth. I was like, he's colored enough. I'll start like watching him. Because that's the mindset on the left. They are really freaking racist. I was truly freaking racist. I mean, at one point, it's like in the military, I wasn't really racist. I was young and naive. As I got, like, you know, trafficked through, if you guys know my backstory on human trafficking myself, getting trafficked around the adult entertainment industry, it's like, yeah, I gained a little bit of a keen edge on a little racism while I was going through that, which then culminated in around, what, 2008 is when I first saw Axe Truth, I believe. When I first saw Axe Truth. And I started listening to what he was saying. And he started to like chip into my safe space.
Oh no.
And that right around that time is when I started noticing children at pride events and such. Well, my feelings changed after getting exposed to Axe Truth. And I started delving more into what is going on in society. It's like, what is, like, there is something much more. It's like, and realizing, wow, I'm actually hurting people. The way I live my life is actually at the expense of other people. It's like I'm a social leech.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow. It's like, I'm actually part of the problem. For the things I bitch about, it's me. I'm the freaking problem. And through Axe Truth, and then later Pastor Chatelet, and then of course meeting 45-1 Actual and Feisty Ace, they met me as, I mean, some of you may know, they met me as Cassandra. I was a biological man trying to, I mean, even you, Sandra, you met me as Cassandra. A biological man trying to live as a woman. I thought I was doing a pretty bang-up job, and I didn't realize how sad I actually was. Axel was part of my birthing process into leaving the plantation. So, rest in peace, Axel, my friend.
Yes.
God worked through you to save me. Thank you.
And many others.
Yeah.
Many others. I have a comment. The thing is I believe that, first of all, it's not racism. We are not, racism is for the elite. The elite are racist. They believe that their blood is the very best and they can't stand anything but, okay? That's why they have kids with their cousins and their sisters and their moms and dads, okay? And watch the show from Duppy. You'll hear all about it. What we have...
Oh, his lineage lines. Yes.
What we have here is prejudice. This is, like, they have taken our words and they've messed this up. And prejudice is much different. Prejudice, yes, I am a prejudiced person. I'll be honest with you. I am prejudiced against stereotypes, not individuals. And let's be honest. Like, I have to, if I want to be on time, I have to tell some family members a wrong time. If we're supposed to be somewhere at 6, I need to tell them We have to be there by 5 because I know that they don't have a thing about time. I really care about time. I like to be, on time to me is being 10 minutes early, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know what, except I have a lot of nerve saying that because I don't do that for this broadcast, do I? Ooh,
I'm gonna keep my mouth
lying
shut.
right here.
I'm just
I'm
gonna say good
lying
morning.
right here on air.
It's
Right
okay.
here
I'm
on
just gonna
air.
say good morning to Video Demon Slayer while you lie your ass off over there. Yes, liar. But go on, sweetie. Love you so much.
Listen. In real life. Now,
Right.
in real life, I mean, I should be much more responsible. I apologize. I'm gonna do better. It's just morning time. There's so much to do before we come and sit down for 4 hours. You know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how you do it. You can get up and still hear everything.
I don't know how I do it either at my age. God
mean,
is really
you're-
good. God is good.
Isn't he? Isn't
Yeah.
he so good? But anyway, there's prejudices, right? Like, seriously, like what's happening in my neighborhood right now. Like black folks, they don't care about the driving laws. They don't care about jaywalking. All right. They do whatever they want. And I'm like this. If you're gonna do whatever you want, that's fine. Just do it quick. Don't like
Shuffle. It's
Yeah.
like maybe, yeah, it's like you're black. Run. It's like that's what you do, don't you? Oops, oops, oops.
like do it quick. You know
Yeah,
what
do
I'm
it quickly.
saying? Just
Yeah.
don't have us sitting here for 7 minutes while you unpack the car at a slow pace. You know?
Oh, I didn't realize you were talking about unpacking a car. I thought you meant just like crossing the road.
Hey man, I'm talking about whatever they're doing. I mean,
Okay.
I've had them. They're actually driving the wrong way. Like it is a one way, and because they want to get here, they will come down and then fight with me because I'm not willing to get out of their way because I want to turn left up my street. No, I'm not moving. I don't know what. Okay. Now let me.
And you're from Jersey.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's really a mix. So I'm like this.
Yes.
Do you, but just don't affect everybody else in a negative. Okay? Then you have and that's just but if I meet you one on one, I'm not carrying my stereotype stuff.
Right, right.
An individual basis, you're supposed to have a clean slate. You meet a person where they're at. You accept them for who they are right there in that moment. I'm not going to dislike someone because of how you look. That is retarded. Unless you're like up on drugs, and that's a scary situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question oh, okay, Kevin, this is a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Fireman CV, first of all, I just want to say good morning, Mrs. Fireman CV. And I'm really, I can't tell you how happy I am to see you here. This is such a God kiss. You have no idea. So, mwah, thank you. Now, here's her question. When you were a woman, were you happy and do you still do it?
Was I genuinely happy? No. No. I was told to be happy. I had 11 doctors, physicians, psychotherapists, and endocrine. It's like it was a team of medical experts and professionals who were telling me that I would be happier and that I was happy, and to just give it time, give it time, give it time, while going through speech pathology to adopt a feminine tone to my voice and characteristic, to go through my physical therapy, to walk like a woman. And mind you, these things happened at the VA Medical Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So at a veterans hospital, because I am an honorably discharged Army veteran, okay? I trusted my care team to have my best interests in mind. And my diagnosis prior to being put onto gender affirming care: borderline personality disorder, depression, and anxiety, with a propensity for self-harm and risk-taking. And my care team thought that it would be beneficial for me to undergo gender affirming care where I was placed on a surgeon's table and have my testicles removed and to have my genitalia nullified and to be placed on estradiol to grow feminine-like breasts, not man boobs, but actual breasts, and experience what breast growth feels like, to undergo extensive laser hair removal and dermal resurfacing, and all the pain that goes into that. Because if I was going to be a female presenting individual, I didn't want to look like a freak. I wanted to be what they promised I would be, which is a happy expression of femininity. But no, I was never happy because it wasn't, my underlying issues had nothing to do with my sexuality nor my gender, which they were trying to convince me of. I mean, let's keep in mind, my psychological axes and diagnosis prior to them butchering me was depression, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder with a propensity of self-harm. And that's what they did. So yeah, that's to answer your question. No, I'm much happier now. Of course, you know, I'm dealing with the scars of what have happened, and I'm also taking that and I'm using it as a weapon against this bullshit dogma they're trying to push on people, especially children. And I'm hoping that my story can help to save someone else from being tricked into this shit. Now, there are people out there like Blair White who seem, you know, I like Blair White, okay? I'm not going to diss on Blair White. Some people are making it work in their life, all right? There are a lot of us, though, who are considered detrans, even though you can't detrans from this, because your body parts have been incinerated. It's like you can't put them back on. You can't have new ones made. It's like those glands or tissue, whatever, they've been long since removed and disposed of. So there's nothing to detransition to. All we do now is we manage with destroyed endocrine systems. Our hormones are all out of whack. We're more susceptible to things like cancers and strokes and heart attacks. And I ended up getting osteoporosis. Part of my gender affirming care caused my immune system to drop, which put me into a state of viral vertigo, where the old chicken pox that I had when I was a kid reestablished itself as herpes zoster shingles, okay? Except it managed to hit the nerve trunks of the cranium, which lead to my inner ear area and my vestibular portion. So every once in a while, that will become inflamed, and then I can't walk. So thank you very much, Gender Affirming Care, for completely messing up my hormones and putting me in a state of vulnerability. That's absolutely what I wanted, was to be more handicapped at the end than I was going in. Thank you so much. Stunning and brave. So there, that's the answer. Okay, so
Okay, can I say something
yes,
real quick?
Yes.
There's a couple things I learned from you when I had you on my show as Cassandra. And I have actually told my girls about this because there's a few things you said. And I just think it's important for those people that are around those people that are trying to do something. You said, no one told me I am too much of a man. Like, I am too masculine to pull off a female. Right? And I tell my girls that. I'm like, listen, everyone's worried. And that's part of the PC culture. That's part of making sure we don't say anything to hurt anyone's feelings to keep the truth from one another. So, I mean, I have a friend, and if I ever see him again, I'm going to tell him, because it's true. He's too masculine. No matter what, he's a very masculine, like everything is protruding. I mean, even the jawline is just, everything is so
Male.
yes, so male.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
Very hot male. There's nothing like a hot man, like, arr. It's very hard to turn someone like that. So I told my girls, listen, there's a thing about being honest. When you really love somebody, you have to put aside, how they may respond to you. And I mean, I'm not saying do this to anybody. I'm talking about their friends. But that's an important part. And also, you also said that you hold on. Oh, this all started because you started getting gray hair.
No.
Okay,
Here.
what was-
Okay. I will tell you. Okay. One more. Okay. For one, good morning, GH Hext, and good
Hi,
morning,
Cyborg.
Dem Turned Reb, and good morning, Cyborg, and Be Random.
Hi.
All right. And do you have anyone that came in that you want to say good morning to?
Laura DeGoddess.
Lord Goddess. Good morning. Oh, look at Duffy.
Duffy. Okay. Barry's Dylan too.
Oh, there's Barry Dillon. Hey, good morning.
And there's messages for you, artist. She said, Kevin, your honesty, damn. I cry tears for you. She loves
Well,
you.
get ready to laugh a little bit because you're going to find out something about like what happened when I got stoned on a beanbag with my friend and what I came to a realization of.
All right, let's hear it.
What Sandra's alluding to is when I was sitting with my friend Keenan down by the fireplace in the basement. We were like, having a good time on some gummies. And I had an epiphany. And I don't know if this is true or not, but at the moment it seemed like the right answer. I turned to Keenan and I was like, you know what? I think I was misdiagnosed. I think I was really misdiagnosed. I don't think I ever should have done this. This is when I was still living as Cassandra. It's like, so I'm like all like spread out on a beanbag, looking around, looking at the fire. Keenan's all like happy. We're all just like sitting there because we're friends, and just but good friends, not anything more than that. We're just friends. I am married. I am very monogamous. I'm very committed to Bruce. Keenan, do you think maybe I went through this because I was afraid of losing my hair? Do you think I was afraid of male pattern baldness? It's like, and Keenan's like, what? I was like, Keenan, I think maybe I was afraid of losing my hair. And I let those doctors talk me into having a castration. I was like, I think I let those doctors castrate me because I was afraid of losing my hair. And he was like, shut up. Shut up. It's like, I have been through too much with you of like watching you go from like what you've been through as Kevin and now having to watch this transformation, this train wreck into Cassandra for you to come out now and say that you want to go back to being Kevin. It's like, Keenan, my hair. And he goes, you're stone bitch, shut up. And so I did. And there you go. That's that story. Is that the one that you were alluding to? It's like, yes. I don't think I told it quite like that when I was on your show. But that's it. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, it wasn't that I was going gray. No, going gray is easy. Going gray is silver. Going gray, and if you don't like it, get some freaking L'Oreal products and drab it out. It's like you don't go and cut your dick off, have it turned inside out, nullified, and then get castrated because you're going gray. You're still going to go gray. It's like nothing's going to stop it. Sex change doesn't stop your hair from turning gray. But it might help your hair from falling out from male pattern baldness. But then again, the jury is out on that one.
Listen,
we're not
I'm
about
going
to
to tell
go
you.
find out. Yes.
I was watching this sermon. You might think I'm a little crazy, but I'm going to start praying on this. This lady, like these people wanted, it was like a prayer for healing and stuff, and there was this family and they wanted a baby, and so the pastor's calling her, you want a baby, come on up. And this lady comes up, and the pastor declares over her, you will be having the baby. The father's looking all crazy, like whatever, like all of a sudden, so the guy comes back to this church again or something. I don't know the exact story, but here comes this lady, and she has this baby. And the miracle of her actually having a baby, the doctor came to this church too. The lady's doctor came to church to meet the pastor because this doctor took out this lady's ovaries.
Oh.
He took out all her lady parts.
Oh.
And when she got prayed over and said that she was going to have a baby, she actually had lady parts and was able to have her baby because of healing. So I'm going to pray for you to have healing because I do believe that God could do that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
You don't
that.
want it? Worth a try. I'm going to pray, and I want the gummies.
Go ahead. Go ahead, and if it happens, I will let you know, because if I woke up one morning and was 100% back into the body I was, oh my word.
Would you tell the whole world that it was Jesus?
Well, absolutely that. I mean, yes, that goes without saying. But I know I would be throwing freaking tractor tires again. I would be like, one of the first things I'd want to do, if I ever got back into that situation where I had my full masculinity back, is I would go and grab my acrobatic hoop, the big ring, the big metal ring, and I would go do some gyroscopics in that thing and go do some gymnastics. That I missed the ability to, in athletics and gymnastics, I miss having that ability to fly.
Wow.
That was something that I really missed. Now, we do need to go to commercial. So,
We do.
guys, on all the other platforms except for Pilled, where you can go to not No Prisoners Podcast, go to Kevin's Cat at Coffee and or Coffee Talk with Sandra on Pilled. Okay? We're about to go to commercial, and then we're going to be killing all the other platforms off. Did that come out wrong? That's what we're doing. Blunt honesty. We're going to be ending those streams. So guys, if you're out there on like D-Live, if you're out there on X, if you're out there on YouTube, if you're out there on Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Telegram, Mammogram, any of those, go to pill.net and type in all one word, either Coffee Talk with Sandra or Kevin's Chaotic Coffee, without the apostrophe, because apostrophes don't work in those things. Okay? And continue the show there. So Sandra, I'm going to run commercial, and we'll be right back.
All right. See you guys. Get over to Pilled.